What's going on, y'all? I want to show you PanShaper 3 inside of ShaperBox 2 from Cable Guys. So I recently did a video on TimeShaper, which comes in this ShaperBox 2 plugin. You'll see that if we click to show the demo versions. So when you get ShaperBox 2, it comes with these six demo versions: time, crush, filter, pan, volume, and width. And you can click this to show the full versions that you have, which I have TimeShaper and PanShaper. And we're going to be talking about PanShaper today. And so normally for panning effects, I like to use Sound Toys Pan Man, but I really like PanShaper here because it allows you to draw in the panning similar to automation, and you get exactly what you're looking for. So I've used PanShaper on 3 instances of this track here, and this is a pretty extreme here. I'm going to solo this so you can hear it, and I've got it set right now to a half a bar, and we'll go through these in just a second, but just to quickly hear it. So you've got your left side up top here, right side here, so you can see I've got it set to half a bar. So half a bar, we're going to be panning hard left, and then it's a steep slope down to pan hard right. And just for an example, this is what that sounds like. Okay, I guess it'd help if I turn it on. So here we go. We can change the length here. So here's a bar. Okay, so let's quickly go over some of these controls. So across this top here, you can select the type of curve you want to draw. You also have your undo and redo. You can delete what you've done. And just hovering over them, if you see at the bottom of the screen there, it will tell you what it is. So very easy to follow along what each one does. This section here is really nice because it allows you to change the frequency response of what's being panned. So what's highlighted orange is what's being panned. So I can, sliding it this way, I'm now ignoring the lows and I'm just panning the mid-range. And if I grab this one here, I can split that into 3 bands between the low, mid, and high. You have an option to go 100% pan or 100% Haas effect or blend in between the two. Let's listen to that really quick. Your LFO mode, you have the option between beats, hertz, and pitch. And we've already been through here. This is where you can choose the length. And you can also trigger this by MIDI, just like I showed you in TimeShaper as well. Very easy to use presets here, which is, I normally find what I want out of these presets, but if you don't find what you want here, you can, of course, draw in what you want to do. So let's look at some examples. I'm going to remove this instance and we'll look at how I'm using PanShaper on this track. So I'll bypass PanShaper, we'll play it, and then I'll bring it in. Okay, let's turn on PanShaper. Okay, so let's take a look at what I'm doing. So this track here, I have PanShaper on just this last half a bar, and it's doing this. and this track, which we've listened to previously, but this is what I've done with PanShaper on it. And lastly, this track. Okay, so there's just a quick example of what you can do with PanShaper. You can really get creative and really do some creative stuff with what you can do. I hadn't even messed with some of these features here. I'm just been using it as just a straight draw in my pan, setting my length and using it that way. But you can go much deeper with this. So there's a quick look at PanShaper 3 from Cable Guys. This is only $34 on Plugin Boutique right now, and I'll have a link in the description to check that out. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite everyone to check out my new podcast, the Faders Up Podcast. It's a podcast about pro audio. I've got me and 3 other Nashville professionals. We're discussing pro audio topics, pro audio lifestyle. And it's available on Apple Podcasts and it's available on Spotify. So check it out, rate it, let me know what you think.